action.
Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for signing up for the 880 Cup. I'm going to go over the last workout for the competition, and it's a little bit complicated, but let's go over it right now. So WOD 2, it's 2 parts. The first part, we got a 5-minute AMRAP, and then for RX, we got 80 wall balls. Women's weight is 14, and men's weight is 20. And then the targets is 10-foot and 9-foot targets for the male and the female. Scaled, we got 70 wall balls. And then for women's weight, we got 10 pounds. And men's weight, we got 14 pounds. Target is 10-foot and 9-foot, male and female. And then in the remaining time, in that 5 minutes, for RX, it's going to be as many snatches, either power or full, at 95 for women, 155 for male, and it has to be snatches. For scaled, we got ground to overhead, either snatch or clean and jerks. And then for women's weight, we got 65 pounds, and then for men, we got 95. And that's for this part. Your score here is just going to be as many snatches you get in the remaining time. Only one partner is working at a time, so either the wall balls or the snatches at the end, only one person's working at a time, so you guys need to divvy up how you're going to do that. And also, whether it be 30 seconds or 20 seconds, you guys want to try to get as many of these snatches or ground to overhead in the remaining 5 minutes. Once that 5-minute time goes off, you got a 1-minute rest, and we're going to go to part 2.
All right,
so this is part 2. Once again, we got a 5-minute AMRAP, and then again we got RX 80 wall balls, 14 to 20 for the female and then male, and then we got 10-foot and 9-foot targets for the male and female. Scaled, we got 70 wall balls, 10 and 14 again, and then 10 and 9 respectively for the heights. Now it gets a little different from part 1. For RX, we got bar muscle ups or chest to bar pull ups. Depending on which partner goes, you can either do bar muscle ups, and you get 2 points for the bar muscle ups, and for chest to bar you get 1 point. So you have to mention to the judge what are you going to do, so that the judge can keep track of which of these 2 movements is being performed. So scaled men, after these wall balls are completed, you can either do chest to bar pull ups, which is going to be 2 points, or pull ups, which is just 1 point. So once again, tell the judge what you're doing so that the judge will keep track of these reps. Scaled women's, we got either toes to bar, which is going to be 2 points, or knees to elbows, which will be 1 point. So after these 2 5-minute AMRAPs, your score for WOD 2 is total repetitions of either the snatch or the ground to overhead performed, plus the total reps of either the bar muscle ups or for the RX or chest to bar for the RX, and then also the scaled chest to bar pull ups or toes to bar for the females. So total repetitions for part 1 and part 2 combined will be your score for WOD 2. So for both part 1 and part 2, you'll always start at the wall for the wall balls. You guys should figure out how you're going to divvy up the reps. For RX, it's going to be 80 wall balls. For scaled, it's 70 wall balls. So, and male height is at the yellow, shown above. And we got blue for the females, for both RX and scaled. So we're going to demonstrate how we're doing transitions. Recommendation is to throw the ball a little higher for your partner so that they can start just as you finish. So I'll do 3 reps and then transition. Doing all right? Doing blue? So if you throw it too low and your partner's not able to catch it, it's going to be a no rep. So make sure you guys kind of test out this workout and also how you're going to do transitions. Okay, so once you guys are done with the wall balls, you guys will be able to transition into the power snatches or full snatches. Okay. You can split that up as how many you want with your partner. You can do touch and go, but it has to be locked out overhead. So. Nice. See, that last rep would have been a no rep. I didn't stand up with it all the way. And then for scaled, we got ground to overhead at 95 pounds for the males. And then you can also do snatches. So the judge will be keeping track of total repetitions completed by both partners, cumulative, for part one. So that's kind of basically how part one will work. Full lockout overhead, and then also hips have to extend. The judge will let you know when it's a full rep, and then you can drop the bar. You guys will be pretty tired, so just be cautious of what's a good rep and what's a bad rep. So that's it for part one. Let's go on to part two. Part two, we just finished the wall balls, so we're moving on to the bar work. As soon as whichever partner is done with the 80 or the 70 wall balls, partner B can start the bar muscle ups or the chest to bar pull-ups for the males. So that'll be 2 points. 1 point, 1 point. So judge will keep track of how many of each movement you're doing, either bar muscle ups or chest to bar. For scaled men's, we're going to be doing either chest to bar pull-ups, which will be 2 points, or just regular pull-ups. And then for scaled females, we either got knees to elbows or toes to bar. Toes to bar will be 2 reps. And we got knees to elbows. You really want to make sure that your judge knows what you're doing, just so there's no complications. But judge should be able to keep track of how many reps you're doing of each movement. And then when we're combining both part 1 and part 2 scores, we're gonna do a factor of 2 of all the 2-point movements, and then we'll do a factor of 1 for all the 1-point movements, and then we'll do a combination of what part 1 and part 2, and that'll be a score for what 2.